Hi everyone, Emily Letran here, speaker and high performance coach, and I hope you had a terrific week. We on Friday, toward the end of the week, and this morning I was in a mastermind meeting with my coach, and one of the questions he poses, which really resonate with me, and this is actually something that I always uh, coach my clients, and I actually discuss that a lot coming up in my event, which is going to be next weekend, is leveraging your strength. But the question to ask is what are the three things that you do best? Or maybe you're going to ask that to your team. What are the three things that your team does best? Because let's face it, we are in a busy society. We're always running back and forth. We got this project to do, we got that project to do. We're in the office. We're trying to focus on whatever people that we have appointment schedule or tasks that are on the agenda. But are you doing what you do best? Are you leveraging your strength? Because if you think about it, if you're not doing what you do best, you're still doing the work, but it's not in alignment with your strength. Sometimes what happens is you get stressed out. You need more support, which cause you more stress, right? You're wondering if you're doing a good job. Whereas if you can do things that are exactly in alignment with what you like, with what you do best, it becomes a not so much a no-brainer, but it becomes so easy, right? You kind of just step into the role. I'll give you an example. So I work as a dentist, been a dentist, it's almost 30 years now. And when I started doing consulting, coaching, and speaking, right? So I'm a certified consultant for the Kobe assessment. So the Kobe tells you what your mode of action is, your kind of your natural strength. If left to your own devices and we give you a task, how would you usually approach that task? So I took a Kobe for my dentistry career, and then I took another assessment, this time for my coaching career. And the way that I am, spontaneous, kind of quick thinking on my feet, take risks, ad lib, these characteristics of what we call a quick start, it fit real well with being a coach or consultant because I got to make quick decisions. Somebody asks a question, somebody poses a challenge. I should be able to just say, okay, think about these things, what you should do, and give them, help them arrive at a solution. Same thing in dentistry. I do well when sometimes when it's a challenging patient, right? Patient asking these questions actually stimulates my thinking, and difficult cases where I have to engage that thinking and think quick because you can't keep the patient there for a long time. Some doctors have two appointments to finalize the treatment. I don't. I'm gonna figure that out all of that one time, and I would engage my whole team, and it could be specialists, it could be my treatment coordinator, and everybody in the office. So I tend to function well that way, but it's part of my strength. So when I see something complicated, I don't tend to get overwhelmed because I'm that type of person that I like to look at that and try to solve it. Now, I'm not good with puzzle because puzzle, you're trying to solve a puzzle, but if you're doing one of those, I don't know, 2,500 pieces or 5,000 pieces. Now it takes a little bit of tediousness sitting there and figuring it out, taking the time. So I'm not that person. So understanding where is my strength and focusing more on that, that's what helps me become successful as a dentist. And so far, helped me become successful as a coach consultant. Speaking is another thing. When I started getting into the coaching consulting world, I understood that I need to be a speaker. So a speaker also, you have a sense of humor, and you can, and somebody pose a question when you're on stage, and you come up with a smart answer, hopefully, or an answer that actually kind of throw that question back to the person who asked. So now you get into action, you get engagement. It is a skill set of a speaker. But that also resonate well with me as a quick start, based on the Kobe assessment. So a lot of time, what I do now is when somebody offer me a project, right, invite me to do something together, I'm going to ask myself, okay, if I'm going to take on that project, how much time is it going to require? What is the commitment, in time? Maybe if it's a financial investment, but is it going to stress me out? And if it's going to stress me out, is it going to stress me out in a good way or bad way, right? If it's going to stress me out because I'm stretching to grow, that's a good way. If it's going to stress me out because now I have to relearn things, I have to adopt to a new way. Um, it's going to be tedious. It's going to be a long time analytical sitting there. That might not be something that I want to do. And I know that if I take on that task, I can do it, but it's going to stress me out. So now the question becomes, do I want to be stressed out? So if you can think of three things that you do well, maybe you're good with organizing. Maybe you're good with talking, convincing, persuasion. Maybe you're good as a leader, right? Like you tend to see the big picture and you can tell people, go here, go there, this is your task, that task. You might be good in a management position. When you know your strength, and if you could possibly pick your job, your position based on your strength, you're going to love it so much more because it's going to be easier to be able to do well. It's going to be easier to appreciate the challenge rather than thre- um, threading treading the challenge that is going to come with that position. And you're just going to last longer in whatever you do. You're going to enjoy it much more. You probably, most likely, will be more productive. And together with being more productive, there's always going to be an increase in ROI, whether that would be income or that would be, you know, your impact, or it could be your status. All of that will come if you can be more productive, and you're more productive because you leverage your strength. Sometimes people want to focus on the weakness. How can I increase? I mean, how can I overcome my weakness? That's a little different. You can work on improving what it is that you're not real strong with, but how does that play with increasing your ROI? How does that play with growing your business? So you have to pick. You can do both, but it's just easier to pick, do I want to focus on my strength, or do I want to focus on improving my weakness, overcoming my challenges? And a lot of time you can be more productive focusing on your strength. So write down three things that you're best at, right? You're doing best with these three things, and then focus on those and outsource the weakness and list other people to help you with your weakness. Like for me, organization is never my big thing, right? Uh, so I get people who are more organized to work with me because I'm not the organizer. I can think, I can organize an event and think on my feet, but to get to the pretty nitty details and get everything right, that's just not my strength. I would do an event and I have my staff helping me, and let's say we would bring some candies or some flyers, and I would put it on the table like, and they would be the one that organize it, make it look great and all that. Because that's not me. I'm the one thinking about the candy. Hey, we're gonna bring some candy. Gonna be some fun ones. People are gonna have fun with it, and then we're gonna have these flyers, and we're gonna have people sign up for our program. That kind of a thing. Those are my ideas. But to make it look nice, to make it enticing, to make it fun, organizing it in a certain way, those will be my staff. And I can do the big picture and they doing the detail. And a lot of time people ask me, how come you're not stressed? Well, because I leverage my strength. So a lot of time, very true, you won't you won't see me being real stressed. And that's the beauty of being able to have your own business, to work with what you want, to do what you love. And really, in order for us to be most impactful, we need to be able to serve a lot of people, and stress will not enable you to serve more people. Stress will keep you back, will keep you down. So we don't want to do that. That's what high performance is all about: controlling the stress and maximizing your productivity so you can create more impact. I would love to see you at my upcoming event in Philadelphia. You can go to actiontowin.com, check out the page, and you can message me to get a complimentary ticket. I got a couple of sponsors coming in, and I'm really grateful that because of that, I'm able to offer some of those tickets. Hope everybody's having a great Friday and have a great weekend coming up. Make sure you make time to spend with your family, your loved one, and to spend with yourself. Take some time for self care. Have a great weekend, everyone.